Hi guys. I know you probably thought I forgot about you. I didn't forget about you, I promise. I think about you guys all the time. I just had a really busy week last week, so I didn't post any art videos. I didn't really record much last week either. I did record on the scrap project that I'm working on that I've already posted like 5 videos of. I did work on that one day. I did record it. I will edit it, process it, put it up. Well, it's supposed to be unedited, but I think that this one might be edited because I just didn't have a very good week last week. Just some stuff that's kind of stressful that was going on. You know, we're dealing with bankers and politicians. they're like right up there together. Anyway, I thought I would try to get that up for you later today or tomorrow sometime, but I wanted to pop in front of the camera real quick, say hello to you guys, say that I have not forgotten you, and to thank you. A few of you have asked how I was and where I was and what I was doing because you haven't seen any videos from me, and I wanted to thank you for asking. I appreciate it because that lets me know that you're thinking about me too. And there's not a lot to catch you up on. I did send out a blog post the other day, so if you're not on my blog, sign up and confirm your subscription so that occasionally when I'm not videoing or something, I might send out a message through my blog and I might put up pictures or something to explain, you know, what I've been working on or what's going on, or projects from the past that I've worked on that I did a video for but didn't put photos for. I might send out the photos or something like that. And I might do a surprise giveaway on my blog. You never know. I plan on doing that. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I do plan on doing that. So hurry up and subscribe before you miss out on a surprise giveaway. I did send out a blog post. I updated you guys on the previous project I've been working on. The last thing I've been working on is the scraps. That was inspired by Sigrid Soto on YouTube, where you take all your scraps, your extras and stuff that you normally would throw away or stick in a box somewhere wondering what to do with them. I save a lot of mine for stenciling and stuff like that, but I decided that I had way too many and I just started piling them, and I just didn't want to throw them away because there was just big enough chunks for like punching and stuff like that. And so she did a project that I thought I really would like to use these scraps, and this was an inspiration for me, so I kind of followed what she did. Hers is a little different, mine's different than hers, but it's still the same concept, using all your scraps. The scrap project I've been working on, here's what it looks like. I've got it over here with me. It's all dry. Here's the, I don't know, front or back, doesn't matter. Same thing. They look the same. Here's another view of the other side. This is done on watercolor paper. 18 by 24, I think. This is a heavy paper to start with. Not hugely heavy, but it is heavy. It is really heavy now. I mean, this is thick, and I don't even know if I can bend it really well, but I don't know how I'm going to cut it. I am going to have to use a carpet knife or X-Acto knife or something. Probably a carpet knife. An X-Acto may not go through this. But I am going to cut this up into projects or do something with it to create a project. I was going to add more paper, but after this is dried and I've looked at it, it's got enough paper. So I will have to start another project if I want to use more of my paper. The last thing I did on the video that I don't know if it will get left in or not, the part I did this, but I added in black and then a little bit of paper over it because I wanted some black to pop out. After this is cut into whatever sizes it's going to get cut, I don't know where it's going to show up. I don't know what it's going to look like. Your guess is as good as mine. I do know that the end here is less paper, so it's more wobbly, but in here it's like really hard and stiff and just, that's how hard it is. Okay, so stay tuned for that. That'll be coming a, you know, some sort of project out of this. I've been working on some flowers. I was doing that kind of like off camera. Well, it was off camera, definitely off camera. Just to have fun and do something besides nothing, you know, because when you're having a stressful week and stuff's going on that you don't really want to be dealing with, and you're not able to create your art, you need to find something to do that actually kind of makes you feel good, makes you feel like you've actually done something, you know. So that's what I did. I worked on flowers. And I did a little sketching. I was sitting in the parking lot one day. I had the Friday lunch with my friend, and she was running late. And all I had with me was a black ink pen, which I was lucky to have that, and some priority mailer labels. I didn't even have scratch paper. And I have a notebook. I'm supposed to carry a little sketchbook with me so I can sketch when I'm waiting for somebody or doing whatever out that I can sketch. But I found that I was rarely doing that, so I just never take it. Well, that was a perfect time to have it. So I really need to put that in my purse and take it. But anyway, I was sitting there and I had these priority label mailers and I had my black ink pen. So I just sketched some girl faces. And I had fun doing it. I mean, when you're not trying to be perfect and you're just doing it in a hurry and you're just playing, I like it. I like it better. So, and I don't have them up here or I'd show them to you, but probably what I'll do one day is a video on just doing the sketch real quick and showing you how I do it just for fun, just something to do. So, that's all I've been up to. There is a swap at Crazy Island Family going on for handmade embellishments in case y'all are interested. It's for borders this month. I still haven't signed up. I don't think I'm going to. I just don't think I want to add that to my plate right now. I have other things that I have to do. I don't know. I still have till the 20th, so don't hold me to it. I might sign up. You never know. Could surprise you. Could surprise me. The Gin-Gins. I want to talk to you about Gin-Gins. Okay, let me get them real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, Buster's here. Hi, Buster. He can hear me. He can see me, though. He can be asleep on the couch and snoozing. Hi, Buster. Hi, boy. Do you want people to see you? You're always sleeping. Say hello. Say hi. Say hi to the people. Say hi to people. Yeah. I hope he's on camera. Hey, boy. I don't know if you can see him. I hope you can. I can't see what you're seeing. Okay. Sorry. I hope you got to see him. I won't know till I edit the video if you saw him or not. What was I telling you about? Oh, he could be asleep on the couch, snoring deep in sleep, and he doesn't hear very well. So I can leave the room and I can go do all kinds of stuff and he doesn't hear me. But if I go away and come up here, something kicks in him that he senses I'm not in the room, so he follows me up here. Maybe he can't smell me anymore. I don't know. But he's a sweetheart. He's having some issues. He's just old. Okay. Gin-Gins. These are the original ones that we started off with. I had them in a box at first, but the place I go get them has these bags, so I buy the bags because the little boxes are just too small. And I'm probably going to cut back on eating these. I don't eat a lot of them, but I probably will cut back on the flavors that I buy. I have 3 flavors here. These are the original. I will probably always keep those. Am I wiggling it too much? There you go. That's the regular Gin-Gin, and they are a spicy sweet taste, and I like those. And then the other ones that I told you guys about was the apple spice is what they're called. These are really good. They're sweeter. So if you're looking for something sweeter but not as spicy, these still have a little spice to them, but they're just milder and more appley. Of course, they're apple spice, so why wouldn't they be? But I like them, but I still prefer these. So this is first and second. The coffee ones, this is called hot coffee. I got these, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. And I didn't care for them. I tried one and I didn't care for it. So I let them sit. Maybe I got them longer than a month ago. Probably maybe 2 months ago. I let them sit. And one day I came up here and I had not had any frou-frou coffee. I maybe had eaten lunch or something. I don't know. So I didn't have any kind of flavors in my mouth that would be left over like from this flavor. Like don't try this after you have one of these. They don't go well for me. You do whatever you want to do. But if you try these without other influences, like this flavor or the regular flavor or even regular coffee, I don't know if you drink regular or frou-frou. I drink frou-frou. You know me and my frou-frou. And I've even given my recipe out to 2 people. I mean, it's probably gone worldwide now. Y'all probably making money off it or something. Clue me in, would you? Send me a check. Anyway, if you don't have other influences in your mouth, this is actually pretty good. I kind of like them. Still, they're not my favorite. They're still the 3rd on the rung here. But I kind of like them. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the bag. I've got a bunch left in here, but I don't think I'll buy them again. I think because I don't love them enough, I won't buy them again. Because why buy this when you could buy 2 of these? So that's my take on the coffee. I had originally told you that I didn't like the coffee and didn't recommend them, but I have to, what do you call it? What's it called when you take something back? Retract. I have to retract what I said because I do kind of like them now. So if you are a coffee drinker or you like coffee, you might like these. Like I've said, I don't care for coffee by itself, but I love my frou-frou coffee. So this was a little too coffee for me when I tasted it, but on a day you haven't had your frou-frou coffee and you're just wanting some coffee, this is not bad. So pretty good. Okay, now that I've straightened that out, that's about all I had to talk to you guys about today. I'm going to get busy on a project. Probably I'm going to work on this. I also want to work on my ATC swap book that I showed you that I wanted to work on. I'm going to work on that at some point. The other thing I want to work on, flowers, finish my flowers. But I'm ready to get this underway because I know some of y'all are wondering what's going to happen with this. And I have my tags. I have a tag swap that I'm going to be doing that I've delayed myself a week on since last week was a bomb. And I want to get started on this. I think this is pretty just the way it is. I could use this as like my pad, drop paper pad or whatever. But I want to challenge myself and see what I can come up with, see what kind of project I can come up with. I'm thinking for this, I'm thinking the way I feel is possibly a journal, like cut part of this and fold it, if it'll fold. I don't know if it'll fold. I may have to cut it and put holes in it and make it one of those ringed ones. I don't know. Possibly journal covers, and then the other, you know, maybe bunches of little journals and then maybe give one away. What do you think? I don't know. You'll see when I see. Stay tuned, guys. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get busy. I will post this up for you later if it looks good. I'm not so sure it will. I never know until I edit it, but I wanted you guys to see me, so I could say hello and to let you know I was okay. Oh, I gotta tell you about my bike wreck. We can't go yet. All right, just relax a minute. You know me and my biking, right? I'm a glutton for punishment, and I'm determined to win this battle, and I may get wounded in the process, and I have been wounded. I was wounded this weekend. I've told you before that my goal is to get in better shape, which I've been doing for a year now. I've lost a bunch of weight, and I still have some to lose, and I'm working on that, but I'm more right now losing inches and toning and things like that, and bike riding is one of the major things I'm doing, and Zumba. I added Zumba, which, by the way, I had my 4th or 5th Zumba class last week. Still suck at it. Still thumbs down on my Zumba. But my memory recall is working pretty good, so I started remembering some of the moves and stuff, and so I was able to do a little bit better on Friday, although I was sore and still sucked at it. I was able to do a little bit better, so it will come into line eventually. It will happen. So Saturday, I went for a bike ride with my husband. We went out, I think we were gone 30 miles, something like that. Anyway, I decided, and I've told you before, that I would not wear clip-ins, that was something that I could not do because it was too scary to me to wear clip-ins, to try to take the hill that I'm trying to beat. I'm gonna get me a bulldozer and I'm gonna plow that thing down to flat, and I won't have any more worries about it. Anyway, So I decided on Saturday, I just got a bug that I was gonna beat the clip-in war, because I was tired of dealing with that. Because every weekend I ride, and it's always an issue with going uphill. You're not pulling. I'm not pulling. I'm only pushing, which makes you tireder. And if you have clip-ins, you can pull and push, because you're clipped in. But you've got to get past being trapped, and I don't want to be trapped. I don't want to be trapped in anything for no reason, no how, no way. And so I decided to wear the clip-ins. So I told my husband, I said, I don't want to climb the hill in the clip-ins. I really don't want to put the two together, because I'd be too scared, and being scared on top of trying to accomplish something that's hard, I'm defeated up here before I even get started. And I knew that. I already knew that. I'm a pretty smart girl, and I knew that I was defeated up here before we even got started. But I didn't care. All I cared about was I wanted to wear the clip-ins and get used to them and get to where I could actually feel comfortable, and then proceed back to my other goals. Well, I wore the clip-ins, and I found them to be, well, first, the shoes are a different shoe than a tennis shoe. Tennis shoes are cushy, comfy, wider. These shoes, they were more narrow, and I have a pretty narrow foot, but it was a different shape. It held your foot in a different shape, and that's fine if you can move your feet around a lot. But when you clip in, you're stuck in that position, and so you're stuck with having to wiggle your toes or move your heel up and down and try to get your foot from cramping. And my foot was wanting to cramp, especially my right foot. And so I struggled through that all day, or however long we were out, 2 or 3 hours. But I did find it easier to go up and down the regular hills, not the big hill. I didn't go near the big hill. I did come back over the big hill. We came back that way, which means I come up the other side of it, which is easier. It's not a breeze, but it is easier. So I was able to do that just fine. And then coming down, it's like, wow, that's the hill I've managed to get 45 miles an hour coming down. The goal is to get up to around 50 or 52, but I think that's too dangerous for me right now. And 45 is probably too fast, so I slowed down to about 35 to 40 to keep it safe, because, I don't want to get too cocky, get ahead of myself. So anyway, I had some cramping in my toes and things like that. So, and it made my legs sore because it positions me in a different way. And if you ride bikes and if you wear clip-ins, you know what I'm talking about. And you're probably way more experienced than me, and you probably know a lot more than I do. But I'm explaining it to you the way that I feel it and I see it. But when you put your clip-ins in your pedals, you're now forced to stay in that position. But you can pull and push instead of just push and then no pulling. It's no resistance. So you can do that. But it changed the dynamic of how my leg was situated and my feet, and so there was cramping and all kinds of stuff. Well, you know you're gonna have to deal with that, so you just suck it up and go. So that's what I did. And the next day we went out for another ride, and I wanted to go out to Swamp Road, which is the name of the road I really like to ride on because it's a cool road, and it's swampy out there, and there's lots of pasture and stuff, and it just smells cool, and cows, and there's a man out there that sits in his on his porch that I like to wave to. Don't know who he is, I just like to wave to him. And so that's a highlight of my ride. But anyway, I decided that I wanted to go out that direction, and the only way to go that way is to take the hill or to go the long way around, and I didn't want to go the long way around. So I decided, okay, well, I'll just ride my bike to the hill, and I'll stop and get off, and I'll walk up wearing the clips and then go on from there. Well, by the time we got to the hill, which is about a 15-minute ride, it's only, well, 2 or 3 miles from my house, I guess, and maybe almost a 15-minute ride. Just depends on how fast you're going and if the wind's against you. I just couldn't get off the bike and ride it. I couldn't get off the bike and walk it. I had to ride it to try it. Sometimes I wish I wasn't so gotta beat this thing kind of natured person, but I am, and I just decided I'll at least do the first part of the hill. So I decided when I got to the hill that I would go ahead and attempt the hill. And I was scared, and I was shaking in my boots because I'm in clip-ins, I can't get out. And you've got to remember, going uphill, you've got to remember, if you clip out, you've got to clip out properly, turn your wheel properly, lean on the right side properly, and I've got to worry about cars passing me going up and coming down. Other bikers, which happened the other day, other bikers were coming downhill while we were going up, and instead of coming down the hill, they stopped and lingered at the top where where I thought they were going to come down, and they cut across this way. So your mind's like distracted and pulled away from what you're trying to do. And my mind gets really focused on the effort and energy it takes to get up that hill. And I don't like any distractions, but you have to accept that they're going to happen because they happen. You got to expect the worst. So I managed to climb the hill to the stop sign. And right at the stop sign is a curve where you go down this road, Newman Road, and it kind of goes down a little bit, then back up. And that's where I take my little break and then come back and go back up the rest of the hill. Or I stop completely and take a break. And if I stop completely, to me, I'm still winning because I've done it, but I'm not as successful as I'd like to be, because what I'd like to do is to turn and come down and back up and take the hill. My ultimate goal is to come straight up the hill and not stop, keep going. That hasn't happened, not even close. So I got to the stop sign, and I turned to stop because I was tired. I was psychologically beat already and tired, and my legs were tired, my feet were cramping, and all the kinds of things that go with it. But my lungs, I didn't have that gasping for air kind of thing that I had the last 2 times I've climbed the hill. So I was either distracted from that or it didn't happen. I don't know. But I got to the stop sign, and I clipped my left foot out, which is the way I always do it in the whole 2 times I've clipped in and clipped out. And you're supposed to get ready to stop. You're supposed to lean forward, get off your saddle, your seat, and turn your wheel to the right so that it forces you to the side that you've clipped out of. If you clip out of your right side, then you would turn your wheel to the left so that it would force you to go that way. Because if you clip out on your left side and you turn your wheel the wrong way, it's going to force you the other way, and your foot is still clipped in. Then you're in big trouble. Well, I was on a curve. It was kind of going this way. I was by a guardrail. What I should have done was come up to the stop sign, turn, and went on a little bit, then clipped out and stopped. But I stopped on the curve and the incline, and I clipped out, and instead of turning my wheel, I didn't turn it at all. And the incline of the road, or the dip in the road, started making my bike turn. And so I was going the opposite direction from what I needed to go while my right foot was still clipped in. And there's the guardrail right there. Well, if I didn't let go of the bike, I would have hit the guardrail either here or here or here. I really don't know because it happened so fast, but it was somewhere, in an area. I didn't want to get hit anywhere, so especially my neck or my head. So I let go of the bike with my right hand, and I reached out, and I was able to grab the guardrail, and I braced myself. So I'm holding the guardrail, I'm leaning on my bike. The bike's really, really lightweight because of the type bike it is and the design. It's designed that way. So I'm holding the handlebar with this side, and I'm going back like this, and the bike is so light, I'm pulling the bike with me, and the bike tire is coming up like this, and I'm going like this. So as I'm holding the bike tire up above my head and I'm leaning on the guardrail and I'm still clipped in, I'm struggling to not sink down in between the bike and the guardrail. And I have no idea if the car went by. A car did come up the hill. I think he came up just as I was coming down with the bike. I got the bike down. But anyway, I pushed up with my arm and I lowered the bike down. And for some reason, somehow I got unclipped in my right foot. I think it happens automatically when you're just trying to get out of a situation that you're in. I think that's what happened. I don't think I did it on purpose. I can't take credit, but if I could, I would, believe me. But I clipped out. So I was able to get my foot on the ground, and I was able to push up off the guardrail and then lean against it, and then finally scooch up enough to sit kind of leaning against it and hold on. I didn't scratch the bike, didn't dent the bike. I think my husband was more concerned about that than anything. And I sat there for a minute. My heart was pounding. My adrenaline was rushing. I was shaking. I was scared. I was nervous. I was not really embarrassed. Not at that point. No, I don't think I ever got embarrassed because it wasn't a major crash or anything, but I was angry. I was so mad. I was mad at myself. I was mad at the fact that I'm having to overcome all these different issues, and there's so much to learn and so much to... I was mad that I even got in the position in my life with my body that I even have to fight to get weight off and to do anything like that. I was mad about the whole thing. So my husband says, let's walk part 2 of the hill. I call it part 2, so now it's going to be known as part 2 of the hill from everybody that knows me. But I guess I'm not very smart, because I decided, no, I'm going to finish this hill. Since I've had to wreck, I've had to struggle, I've had to be laying on a guardrail, I'm going to go ahead and ride the rest of the way up. Well, getting back on the bike and getting clipped in was a problem, because I either am going, well, if you're going down the hill a little bit, you've got to turn around to come back up the hill. You don't clip in like that because you're going around a slow curve to turn, so you would fall over. So you really should clip in coming back, where you're coming uphill and there's not a lot of time to get clipped in before you get to the top, so you turn to go up. So it took a couple of tries to get clipped in, and I'm shaking, so I'm automatically having trouble because I'm messed up in my head. And so I managed to get clipped in, get around the corner, and get up the hill. And by the time I got to the hill, the second part of the hill, my adrenaline was just pumping, and I was just shaking. And so we stopped at we went over another little hill that the rest of the hills, everything else is a piece of cake compared to this hill. So we went up to another spot and stopped to get a drink, because I needed something to drink. And after so many minutes on a bike, like 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, you should probably stop and get some calories in you, especially when you're doing an exertion like we did, because you need that to fuel your body, and you need liquid because you're losing liquid and you're dehydrated. You don't think you will, but you will. So we stopped at the top of the hill, and I wasn't talking. I wasn't saying anything because I was mad, I was upset, I was frustrated, I was fighting this urge to scream and yell, because I just was so angry at myself and at the fact that I was struggling with this, because I want to be good at everything I do, and I want everything I do to work the first time. I know that y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of you out there like that. So my husband kept prodding me to tell him what was wrong with me, and I didn't want to talk. I kept saying, I don't want to talk about it, I'll talk about it later. Well, he finally made me mad enough that I told him, I said, I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated that I'm having to deal with getting any more weight off. I'm tired of trying to lose it. I want it off and gone, but it's getting harder to do, because the less you have to lose, the more hard it is to get off, and the more toning work I do, the more muscle building I do, the more that weighs, and you just So I was frustrated with that. I said, I'm frustrated that I ever got in this position in the first place. I said, in my mind, I'm strong and I'm healthy and I'm able, but my body isn't in line with my mind right now. And we're on this hill after all this stuff I've been through, and I went right into talking about art. I said, it's the same with my art. I said, in here, I can do all these things, and I'm really good at all these things, but here, I can't do it. And I said, I'm having to learn and practice and struggle and learn and practice and struggle, and just, some things come easy, some things don't. Faces don't come easy for me. Other things come easy. Some faces may come easy for you. I don't know. But I told him, I said, I'm just tired of the struggle. I'm tired of being afraid. I'm tired of being afraid of that hill. I'm tired of hurting and being in pain trying to struggle up that hill, and now wearing clip-ins. I've got to be afraid even more of the hill, and I don't want to climb it. I'm using words I probably shouldn't have used, but nobody was out there anyway, so I hope it's just between me, my husband, and God. Hopefully he'll forgive me. But yeah, I managed to finish out the day. We did a 30-mile ride. I was exhausted. I got home thinking I was going to escape being sore, because I really wasn't sore. I did notice when I took my shower, I had all kinds of grease on my ankles and my calves, and when I was trying to get the grease off, I couldn't tell what was grease, what was a bruise, and now today, after everything's back to normal, I see all these bruises. I've got bruises everywhere, so I know I hit myself in places I just didn't recognize or realize when it happened. And then last night the soreness set in, and my neck on this right side is sore, my shoulder, my arm, and it's from where I braced myself, and the jar and everything. That's the price you pay. That's the price I had to pay. So I just thought I'd fill you in on my little excursion for the weekend. Things don't always come easy, and I know they probably don't come easy for you either. Some things may be hard for you too. Don't give up. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. I'm not gonna give up. I'll have days where I feel like it, but I will not give up. I may quit one day, but I'll come back the next day and say, I said I quit, but I'm not quitting. Just like the Gin-Gins. I didn't like them at first, and I didn't give up. I finally like them. But anyway, the same with my art. The only way to get where you want to go with your art, or to anything you want to do, is to get back and keep trying, keep doing. So I'm going to keep sketching little faces and keep drawing and keep whatever and try to get better. And I'm going to keep riding my bike until I can master the hill in the clip-ins and manage to come home with no bruises and no oil and chain marks. Oh, and the cool thing was when I looked down on the hill that we stopped at to get our drink, I saw a chain mark across my calf where I had touched the bike when I pulled back up. And my first thought was, what a cool stencil. So anyway, keep trying, keep at it. Hope you guys have a great week. I plan on trying to have a better week than last week, and we're gonna go get started on this and see what happens, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient with me. Thanks for letting me chat at you, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And if you're not into biking and don't want to hear about that stuff, that's fine. Skip this video, fast forward this video, but I hope you stick around for the art stuff, because who doesn't like that? Okay? I'll see you later. Be creative. All right? I'll talk to you later. Bye.